Welcome to For Better or Worse, the podcast where a husband and wife duo delves into the highs and lows of movies and TV. Whether it's a cinematic match made in heaven or has a ton of red flags, we've got it covered. Join us while we share our unique perspectives as we embark on this cinematic journey as a couple, just as we agreed on our wedding day, for better or worse. I'm Toby.
I'm Gino.
And today we're going to talk about The Marvels on Disney Plus because we are too late to see it in theaters. But first, hey,
FBOWians.
FBOWians, FBOW listeners. First of all, nobody gave us a better name. So until somebody comes up with something cuter, this is it.
This is it.
FBOW listeners, FBOWians.
FBOWians.
If you've enjoyed the roller coaster of opinions that you've been hearing on our show and insights that we've both given on For Better or Worse, don't just be a silent spectator. Let's really tie the knot. Yeah? Huh? Please subscribe.
Good job,
Thank you. Subscribe to our podcast. You can do it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you happen to get your podcast listening stuff. I don't know where else you'd get it, but
there's other apps. People Google,
sure.
Google Keep or something.
Great. Wherever you get it, just hit the subscribe button.
RSS. You can do the RSS feed directly.
Great.
If you're one of those people.
Who are you?
I don't know what RSS means, but someone does.
Me either. Right.
Really super stream.
Scribing. Really super scribe.
That's what podcast.
Subscribe.
Yep.
That way you will get an update from us every 2 weeks because that's when we can do it.
You keep looking at me and looking away from the mic. You got to keep that. You got to keep that mouth.
Sorry.
Right on the mic.
Sorry, we're new here. We're new here.
We've only been
Season
doing this
3.
for 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm Gino.
And I'm Toby. We
did that already? Okay.
Yes. So let's talk about The Marvels. We finally saw it. Came out in November. We saw it.
Would we have seen this if we didn't have a baby? Would we have seen this in theaters if we didn't have a baby?
So knowing us, yes.
Probably. But like not full price.
We wouldn't have seen it full price. We wouldn't have seen it opening weekend.
Yeah. This is a Broadway Mall $7 Tuesdays.
Correct.
Yeah.
We would have seen it. Now, the question is, would we have enjoyed it?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Okay, no, never mind.
Oh, no. I love
if we had paid for it. Okay, that's
what
right.
I'm
You're
saying.
right. I think
if we paid $40
right
to see this movie.
No. Again, we probably would not have. I guess we would have went to Deer Park, and Deer Park doesn't have any matinee prices.
And we would have spent
$40.
$40 because we get food, because we do.
I would have done the IMAX screen just because, not that it's a real IMAX screen, but it's the best screen in the house.
Because it's the darkest and Gino gets upset.
No, it's not the darkest.
Oh,
it's that the other screens at the Deer Park Regal had like smudges on it when we saw the Batman. So we should go to the IMAX one because at least I know they'll freaking clean it. God damn it. Do I have to bleep that out? No.
No. GD's fine.
Okay, cool.
So would you have enjoyed it as much if we paid several dollars for it?
I think if everyone can go back and re-listen and remember, we did see Ant-Man and the Wasp Part 3, Quantumania, in theaters.
The third?
Whatever.
Second.
In theaters, and I was mad. Remember, I was like, this is not a good enough movie. Like, it's a good movie, but I'm mad that I paid all this money for it. I think I like this better than Ant-Man and the Wasp. So I don't know if I would have been. I probably still would have. I think the reason why we liked it so much is because so many people said it was bad.
We were expecting
a bad really
movie.
bad, and we really liked it. But you're right. It was on Disney Plus.
We
so
saw
my
it at
standards
home,
are so much lower.
So much lower. And like.
So I don't know.
I don't think we would have. I think we would have been just as disappointed because I don't think the theater would have been as fun as we were. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were fun watching it at home.
Just like when we saw Violent Night. You were the only one having fun.
I had so much fun. You guys should listen to our Violent Night. I'll put it on the show notes. You should listen.
Here? Oh, no, it's not YouTube. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this on YouTube. You can like put stuff in the links. I think you have to be a certain size.
You have a lot of fun
follow us on YouTube. Yes. If we had seen it, Broadway Mall, $7 Tuesdays, thumbs up.
Yeah.
But yeah, $40 for this movie, thumbs down. That's the problem. It's like every movie has to be a hit because people are spending so much money to go to the movies.
It's so expensive, you guys.
Even if you rented this for $5, like I'm totally fine. Or $6.
We would have been cool with
Apple charged like $6 and the Amazon charged like $5. Perfect. But yeah, $40. No. I wouldn't even spend $40 to own this movie.
No, I
Let alone $40 to go see it.
Yeah, I know. And to be fair, we really,
And we really
enjoyed
liked it.
We really liked it.
I'm just saying, we really liked it. But do we really like it because of Disney Plus? Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, I think that's why we liked it so much. However,
Yikes,
I-
Bob. This is, I think, what Bob Iger's.
we're nervous about, right?
I think that's why they brought him back in to like.
Oh, to fix this.
Yeah, because like, I think part of the reason why we didn't see it in theaters is because we're like, oh, we're just gonna see it on Disney Plus anyway.
I mean, no.
Also, we have a baby.
We have a baby. We don't count because we like to go to the movies.
I keep saying this, but the fact that Disney Plus exists makes me less likely to go see a movie in theaters unless I'm worried about my students spoiling it. No one's going to spoil the Marvels. Spider-Man No Way Home, you got to get to the theaters as fast as possible because those damn students are going to spoil it. I had a student who like wanted to spoil it. Or like Avengers Endgame. I had to go see that weekend because I knew someone was going to spoil it.
And we did.
Especially Infinity War.
We saw it
Infinity
late.
War is like really spoiled. But no one's going to spoil the Marvel. So if I'm not worried about spoilers, I'm waiting for Disney Plus.
Nobody, not even the internet spoiled the Marvels, you guys. We
No.
had literally no idea what we were walking into, and we had no idea what happened at the end. So, like,
Do
truly,
we not know what happened at the end?
we'll go over it. But like,
Oh, the end
that's what I'm
scene
saying.
is nuts.
Don't bring it
and
up
no
yet.
one said it.
No, and like Gino was actually avoiding information. I wasn't. Saw nothing. Saw literally nothing.
I guess like spoiler alert for the Marvels.
Guys,
Obviously.
No. If you're new here, it's spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
we're really bad at not spoiling stuff in advance. So I guess whatever. Go ahead with your question. What's your
So we really liked it, and I think part of the reason we really liked it was because we, as much as we like don't really like Captain Marvel alone, we really like Kamala Harris. Sorry.
Oh my God, Toby. You can't bring up politics on the podcast.
I knew I was gonna say it too. Her name just flows really
Kamala
well.
Khan.
Kamala Khan. Sorry, guys. Kamala.
Also, is it Kamala?
Is it Kamala
We're
Khan?
all going to say it wrong. I feel like they say it multiple ways in the movie.
They do, because I was like, one of the ways is like the vice president.
But
and
how
one
does
of
her
the
mom
ways-
say it? Her mom says,
Kamala.
yeah,
So Kamala.
good accent.
Thank you.
Um,
So we really like. Like Kamala Khan.
I mean, not that Miss Marvel was a great show, but she is awesome.
Yeah, and actually in our last episode,
What's the name of that actress?
oh, can you look it up?
No, I can't.
Oh, okay. Here,
can.
you can look it up.
I can't.
Okay.
I can.
So anyway, what I was gonna say, in our last episode, we had mentioned that sometimes we'll watch a show, even though it's not good, just because we really like the character, and it was Miss Marvel. That was the show that we like powered through because we really liked.
That's not just for shows. I would say one of our flaws as critics is that if we like the characters, the rest of the movie can be bad,
but we'll still
we'll still like it.
We'll still like it. But I just want to. That was we like never remember what show we're talking about when we talk about it, and it's that one. It's Miss Marvel, which ended up being fine. It was like weird. I'll put
her
it.
family is great in Miss Marvel, and her family, and she is great.
And they kept that going. I'm so glad because they obviously could have
I'm going to
dropped
say
the
it
ball.
wrong, but it's Iman Vellani.
Iman
Vellani,
Yeah.
who plays Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel.
So good.
She's great in Miss Marvel, and she's great in this.
Just like continues to be great.
Yeah, she's awesome. Pulsar, what's her name? Plasma? Who's the
Photon?
Photon from
Her name's right there too. No.
No.
Oh, she's not in the top. Like
Well, because I typed in
5?
Miss Marvel, which they
Oh,
the
don't
show.
do
She's not in the
that.
show. But like that's the weird thing is like this was a sequel to Miss Marvel. I mean, this was a sequel to Captain Marvel
Yeah.
and a sequel to like the Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
But also a sequel to WandaVision because that's where Photon gets her powers from. But like WandaVision was also a sequel to Captain Marvel because that character's from Captain Marvel originally as a little kid.
Oh.
Yeah.
The web that Marvel.
Like, I didn't
weaved.
realize that when I was watching Miss WandaVision that that's who that was. That was the girl from
No,
Captain Marvel.
I think you did when you watched it.
Maybe.
I imagine because they showed pictures of her mom.
Whatever. I don't pay attention.
It's just so long ago. WandaVision was so good.
And like also a sequel to Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness because like end credit scene stuff which we can't talk about yet.
Yeah, not yet. We'll spoil everything.
The
but not
mom
end.
is Lashana Lynch. That's the mom. That's the mom from Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Who is
But that's not who
alert,
we're
also
talking-
in this.
That's not who we're talking about.
But you're right. The Photon lady is not in the. When you Google the Marvels, she doesn't come up.
That's not great.
Park Si Joon comes up, but not her.
He's in 5 seconds.
He's in like one scene. Wow, she's not even in the. Am I reading this wrong? Is she just not here?
No.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Oh.
Tayona Paris?
Yeah.
Monica Rambeau.
Yeah.
So Monica Rambeau is the daughter. Maria Rambeau is the mom.
Yes. And so their dynamic is just like fun because technically they're all very different ages, right? You have Kamala, who is in her teens. You have
She's like, high school kid.
You have Monica, who's like probably in her like 20s, 30s.
Yeah, in her 30s. And then Brie Larson she doesn't age. Captain Marvel doesn't age.
But like technically she's like what, 60s?
She was, probably in her 60s or 70s.
So like,
if she's I think she gains her powers in like the 90s, or maybe the 80s. And she was like 20 something then. So she's like stuck as like a 30-year-old. I mean, obviously Brie Larson's going to age.
Brie Larson will never
looks great
age.
in this, by the way.
She looks great.
Yeah, she looks great.
Everybody looks great,
But
to be
she's
honest.
so boring. She's so boring.
I know, but
I'm sorry.
but that's why she needs a fun sidekick. Like Monica wouldn't have been enough. They need Kamala because they need that like, oh my God, this is amazing. That energy, that like, oh my God, to like reflect off of her boringness.
But boy, would it be nice if she was just like not boring herself. Like Captain America is a quote unquote boring character, but Chris Evans as Captain America is charismatic as all hell.
Yes.
And Superman is a quote unquote boring character, but he's generally portrayed as like a very charismatic, fun guy to be with. She's just boring.
She's not fun. I mean, like,
There's no
but she's
fun.
been through a lot.
I don't care. So is Superman.
So is Superman. So is Captain America.
Captain America.
I don't know.
She's just boring. I don't know why they make her boring. Like, why? It's not her fault. It's not Brie Larson's fault.
It's not Brie Larson's fault.
It's the writer's fault. It might be Brie Larson's fault. I don't know.
It's not.
I don't know. Brie Larson was in Scott Pilgrim.
You liked her in that. She had a
personality in Scott
personality in
Pilgrim,
that.
but that was Edgar Wright who directed that.
So she just needs a good director and a good script.
Right, and she plays like a really goofy, like I'm the sexy singer lady from the band, just like really over the top, this kind of voice.
So
she does great. So yeah, I don't know why they keep, and she's like boring in the Avengers.
She's barely in the Avengers, and she has weird hair.
I like that she grew her hair back out. I'm sorry, I know that's what she looks like in the comics, but no, thumbs down for me. So I don't know why they keep making her.
Well, but now,
boring,
no, continue, because if you're gonna make her boring and she's gonna have fun people around her,
I guess
you need a straight man.
Yeah, Monica Rambeau
was like nice and like goofy. She did really, like, whenever they traveled, like she and Kamala got along, which was adorable.
And she was more of like a older sister kind of motherly figure to Kamala, because Kamala gets like very excited because she's like such a huge fangirl that Monica Rambeau had to be like, shh.
Right. So she like, but never in a mean way. She was never mean.
No, it's like how we act with our students.
Exactly. It was just like very.
But not Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel she didn't know what to do. She was like very ignored, or like got mad a lot at.
Well, I mean, she went from like having no crew
to
two crews.
They stole that from Young Justice.
Okay.
Have you ever watched Young Justice, Toby?
No.
So and I know this isn't on the script, so I forgot to bring it up.
I also hate when he whispers.
I know, but Young Justice is a DC show where they clone Superman.
You whispering because it's DC.
Yeah, and then they find the clone of Superman. He's like a teenager, but he like, doesn't know how to use his powers, and he's like been locked away, so he like doesn't know things. And then like Superman obviously doesn't want to raise this guy because he's not his dad, but like he thinks that Superman is his dad, so like Superman's actually like a really bad dad.
Superman is his dad, technically.
Right, but like no, because like obviously it was against his will to be cloned.
Dad.
So like that's like the little ironic thing is like Superman's so great, but he's like not a great dad to this guy.
Aww.
And then they stole that for this because Captain Marvel's like not a great older sister friend to Kamala Harris.
Okay, I bet that's what
Kamala Khan.
Everybody, drink every time we say Kamala Harris.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so totally into that. Now, something else that I thought was really fun, and so did Gino actually, were the fight scenes.
Yes.
Like the fight scenes, the one in the house. Okay, so one of the things, one of the really cool parts of the movies was like one of the problems that they had to solve was they switched when they used their powers, they switched places in time, in space and time.
In space, not time. They didn't travel through time.
They all travel in space. Sure. Sorry.
I mean, like according to Einstein, space time is all connected.
I'm falling asleep again. Yeah, through space.
Correct. Space and time, whatever. Yes.
So when in this fight scene, like one of the first ones, they're like going from a house to a space station to like a planet. And it was just like super fun. The music was great. Like normally I'm against like pop music for fight scenes.
Yeah, but it works in this because, like, what do you know about Captain Marvel?
Nothing. And the
Who
music
cares?
fit. It was so fun.
This isn't Super Mario where they're playing pop music
I know.
in like a historic character.
Yeah.
It's Captain Marvel. Who cares?
Yeah. No, great.
I think that's part. It's like, who gives a crap about Captain Marvel? Just do whatever.
Just do whatever. And that's what happened. They just like did whatever. Which
I feel bad for the director because again, we really like this movie. Nia DaCosta, she'll never work again in Hollywood after this.
she'll
This
do
flopped.
something.
This bombed. It only budget of $274 million, box office of $206 million. So that means they lost because you usually double the budget for marketing.
Which is crazy.
So that means it lost like $270 million.
But you know what? It's not even the Marvel's fault. I blame all the things that happened before it.
Oh, well, Marvel's been kind of striking out a little bit for a while.
I know.
Since Endgame.
Right? And I don't think it's the director's fault.
No, I agree.
People lost interest in Marvel. Like, what movie came out before this?
Oh, I don't even know.
Yeah, we've lost the timeline. We used to do pretty well.
I'm gonna look it up on Wikipedia.
Okay, but
like after all I think I'm telling you, man, Disney Plus. There's so many bad Disney Plus things. Blah 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 blah. Doctor Endgame, WandaVision, Shang-Chi, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Far From Home.
Oh, this is the technically right if we're in the Marvel universe.
Oh, this is in timeline order, not
yeah. This isn't we're in like 2028 over here.
Sorry. Everybody, I'm so sorry.
But so that was really fun. We'll get back to that because Gino probably wanted to talk about how the director said that she was inspired by a video game that you liked. Did you see it at all? I didn't. Then you made me watch the scene.
I don't know why. This is such a stupid. I don't know why it's not over. Whatever. Whatever movie came out before this, it was bad. It was a bad movie. We didn't like it. List of Marvel Cinematic Universe films. The Multiverse Saga, the Deadpool and Wolverine, the Marvels. Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which was good. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh,
I think if you just, and people didn't really like Black Panther Wakanda Forever. People didn't really like Thor Love and Thunder. But I think if you look just at the movies, they're not releasing that many movies. It's the
Disney
Plus stuff.
That's what killed
Again,
me.
I cannot be the only one who saw the Marvels and was like, oh, that looks cool. I'm sure watching it as Disney Plus.
I'm sure you were not.
But the next movie is not until July. That's the only movie they're releasing this year is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, but it's gonna slay.
Oh, that movie is
gonna slay.
Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine. That's gonna save
Marvel.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. So they had a teaser Super Bowl commercial, and it was like after the Super Bowl, watch the trailer.
Yep.
We watched the Super Bowl at home. Immediately when it ended, even after overtime, we watched the trailer.
Yeah.
And then when I
You
went
listened
to
to Ryan Reynolds.
and when
Plus, he had his wife there the whole time.
would you let me finish?
No, I'm just saying, there's great marketing and his wife there the whole time.
Yeah, you're right. He did that.
That was on purpose.
That was not Taylor Swift's doing.
Okay.
That was Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds doing.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds had that in there. He's
Disney
like,
paid for that box.
ooh, ow, Millie. Joe, Travis Kelce paid for the box.
Okay.
Disney paid for it. But anyway, it was ow, Millie. Millie.
I just hope
It was like-
you guys can fight through the pain.
But it was like such a big trailer that when I went to go pick up our son from daycare, I talked to and I never talked to anybody. One of the people that worked there was like, oh, and I watched the Deadpool trailer. I was like, me too.
Oh.
So and I think it broke the internet. It had the highest.
Yeah, whatever. They put it on the Marvel.
Listen, Beyonce
YouTube
couldn't break
and
the internet.
Ryan Reynolds YouTube, so who knows? Also, apparently they were going to call it Deadpool and Friend, which I think would
Who's
have been
the friend?
a much better name for it. But I mean, you got to sell tickets.
You got to sell tickets. You got to know it's Wolverine. And friend, they should have just said Hugh Jackman.
Right,
That
Deadpool
would've
and
been
Hugh
funny.
Jackman. That would have been very funny if it was Hugh Jackman
Yeah, Deadpool.
and he has try to get him to be Wolverine.
Oh my God.
Pay me, Disney, pay me. I got this. Okay, so the director who's never going to work in Hollywood, which sucks because she was great, Nia DaCosta. She said she was in general inspired by a lot of video games. She mentioned The Last of Us and all these other video games like God of War, which I don't see that at all. But the one she did mention specifically was not a video game. This is going to be very confusing, everybody. It is a movie sequel to a video game. So there's Final Fantasy VII, which came out in the 90s, which is like the best-selling Final Fantasy ever. It's like one of the greatest games of all time, yada, yada, yada. They made a movie sequel in 2005 to Final Fantasy VII.
I'm going to tell you, I watched a little bit. Gino showed
really
me a clip.
going back and watching it, really dumb.
It honestly just looked like it was from a video game.
Well, now, ironically, is that the Final Fantasy VII remakes, which are on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4, look better than that movie did. So it's like tough to go back and watch. But I can kind of see it. There's like a fight in the movie where like they're fighting a dragon and like, there's a whole party.
Oh, and they each help each other.
Right. So like the whole thing about Final Fantasy games and like generally any RPG game, including okay.
What time is it?
What is the time? I got to bleep it out. You got to find it. 3:31 something, 30 something. Oh, just stop recording there. Anyway, so like I guess they wanted to throw in all the party members from the game into the movie, so they're like, I don't know, have them like every party member throw them up at the dragon.
So apparently they did that in the movie as well. In a way.
I don't really see it.
I didn't either. So
yeah, and plus, like, listen, lady, you made a good movie, but like your inspiration for movies should not be Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. No, it should be. Listen, Toby, it can be video games, but not a bad movie sequel to a good video game.
Yeah, you made a fine movie. Leave it at that.
Yeah, Advent Children is not good. Also, there's like a fight scene at the end where like
having children is not good.
It's called Advent Children. Don't ask why. There's like a fight at the end with like the main character and the main villain, and they're like slicing each other, and they're like slicing buildings in half and all this crazy stuff. So like that is kind of cool, and I can kind of see where she got that from into the Marvels, but yeah, the end.
Sorry, I'm also distracted because Ben woke up. Okay, so the fight scene's great. Also, another great thing, Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, he's better in this than he was in Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion sucked.
We're saying it. Secret Invasion sucked.
Yeah, so bad.
Like, we finished it, and we weren't even remotely inspired to do any sort of podcast on it.
No.
What we're going to say, it was sad and boring.
And, like, that's your spy thriller? Like, you're going to do a weird aliens thing? And
no, we're watching Slow Horses. Now we know what spies are about.
Right. That's what the Secret Invasion should have been like.
Yes.
Or just do a different Nick Fury movie show. Why does it be Secret Invasion? Secret Invasion's like a really big deal in the comics. Why?
Like it should have been a bigger deal, and especially if you're gonna have the things be in this movie.
And like the one Avenger that we find out that the Skrulls were imitating is the one that no one cares about, Rhodey.
Yeah, no,
because that's the only one they can afford to get for the Disney Plus shows.
I think so, right? Yeah. So Secret Invasion was not good, but Samuel L. Jackson in this was great. Have him be the straight man. He got to hang out with Kamala Khan's family.
Yep, who are awesome. Kamala Khan's family is so good in this.
They're so good. What did the dad say?
He was like trying to convince an Asgardian that worked on like the spaceship.
Oh, that was a good
one. That
one.
he needs to like invest in his 401k, and he's like, "How old are you?" He's like 340, and he's like,
And then the son has great one-liners. And he was like, as old as you or something.
Yeah.
But then the dad said something else. When it was like, oh, if she wants to be, you guys just have to watch it.
You gotta watch it.
It was like a fun line. Also, so Samuel L. Jackson's great. In par with Captain Marvel movies, you have Flurkins. You got Flurkins everywhere.
That scene was great.
All the scenes with the Flurkins are great.
So the little cats, and we want to talk about that scene where to get everybody off the ship, they have the Flurkins eat them. Well,
so I have a question for you because so the Flurkin was laying eggs. Flurkin is a cat that has like a monster mouth.
Yeah, it's what scratched. We find out in the last movie that's what scratched
Nick Fury's eye. But so it was laying eggs throughout. Yeah. Did you know it was the Flurkin, or did you think that they were being invaded?
No, I thought it was going to be like some sort of weird energy thing, but then it turns out it was because they were like mentioning these little weird blobs that are on the spaceship,
like eggs,
space station. And it turns out it's the Flurkin laying eggs, and there's like a million little kitties.
Just like
a ton of little kitties.
How could this movie be bad? You just got little kitties everywhere.
But then they're eating everywhere. I can see like if you're a regular person watching that entire scene where the heroes of the movie are getting tiny alien kitties to eat everybody else against they shoot it like a horror scene.
Yeah.
Like it's terrifying.
It's scary because like obviously you're getting eaten by an alien.
I can see where if you're a normal person, you're like, this is dumb and I hate it.
No.
I love that scene. That scene was great. The fear on all the actors' eyes as they're being eaten by the cats.
And what are they? Just stop moving and let the cats eat you.
Like, yeah, it's so stupid. It's so weird. Like, that's the kind of dumb stuff. Like, do more of that.
If you're in space,
that
what's
seemed to
stopping
me
you?
very much inspired by James Gunn. Like, that's a very James Gunn thing.
Yes. And they played music in the background during it. So it was like, and like you had, like James Gunn likes to do like a lot of stuff in the background.
And like a lot of slow-mo. It was all slow-mo.
So that's like what was going on. Like
you're right. Yes. He likes a lot of stuff in the background.
Yeah. So like you had all this and it was so good. But also like, what a ridiculous alien.
So
like
cute.
a cat that like... And also, they foreshadowed that in the beginning. Do you remember?
Because they spit him, yes. The Flurkin spit out the 2 alien. Because I'm like, oh, it's going to digest them. I guess not. It just spits
right,
you
because
out.
obviously they needed a way to get off the space station.
Yeah, and that's the only. I mean, listen, I'm not saying that's the only thing they could have written to do that, but that's the most interesting way to get them off the space station.
I think so too.
So
and
as a writer, whoever wrote this, thumbs up for that scene.
We appreciate you.
Who wrote this?
You know, tell us.
Oh, Nia DaCosta, Megan McDonnell, I don't know who that is, and Elisa Karasik. So the director actually wrote some of it.
Good for her.
Good for her.
She did a good job. Something else that we thought was super interesting and weird was a singing planet. Don't look at me like that.
Oh, you know what? Of all the parts of the movie, it's probably the part I liked the least.
I disagree.
I don't think they did enough with it.
Oh, what did you want them to do?
More like more Broadway-ish stuff and less like la 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 la.
Yeah, I guess. Because that would have been funny.
It was like opera kind of singing.
Yeah, it wasn't like High School Musical where
that's what I would have
you wanted just like everybody.
Or like like very Broadway, not High School Musical, but like very Broadway.
Yeah, it was definitely more like feels like it was scripted than.
Yeah, it was very like Snow White and like Cinderella Disney, where I would have rather had like more 90s.
I was just like
The Lion King and Little Mermaid kind of Disney.
Yeah, where just like you have Under the Sea and everyone's just joining.
Too bad there's no one that owns Marvel that could have helped them with that.
Yeah, but that wasn't, I guess.
Like bring in Alan Menken. Like you should have brought in Alan Menken for that scene. Pay the man.
Get him in there.
You have a great concept, musical planet where everyone talks by singing.
And everybody speaks English.
And all you do is
so you don't need subtitles.
Well, it's the Marvel universe. They all speak English. Don't worry about it. Everyone don't ask questions. They all speak
I guess
English.
that's right.
But that's what you do with it. Just la, la, la. We talk like this.
No, it should have been like in your face.
Yes. So I think that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah. So, but honestly, like still creative.
Broadway Planet is better than.
Better. Yeah. Greater than.
La, 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 la Planet. Like you're just talking with a stupid voice.
Yeah. Dumb. Never mind. I hated it.
And like, yeah, you like Captain Marvel, like, oh, she's so serious all the time and blah, blah, blah. And like now she has to wear a dress and it looks like Wonder Woman's dress.
She came in as a jellyfish.
She came in as a jellyfish and she put on the pretty princess dress and blah, blah, blah. I get what they were going for.
I liked it.
But yeah, no.
I also see why.
More with that
there's like a hair. But I also see why people probably were like, well, this is dumb. I didn't come to a Marvel movie to see singing.
I mean, like that would have cost probably, instead of $274 million, it would have cost like $78 million.
For Broadway? Yeah.
They couldn't afford
for playing Alan Pallant.
They would have lost even more money.
Yeah, and they would have been upset about it. Or that could have saved the show.
Or could have saved the movie.
Show. It's Broadway.
That's what it feels like, a Disney Plus show.
It does. It feels
Not
like a
just
show.
because we saw it.
I am glad though that it wasn't a show. It needed to be a movie.
No, I agree.
Otherwise it would have been awful.
Like, movies, these shows take so long.
They take so long.
This movie, you're in and out, hour and a half.
Guys, Loki was so long.
Oh, but Loki was good though. Loki season 2 was good.
Yeah, but not the beginning episodes.
You're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
We haven't watched Echo yet.
Should we watch Echo?
I mean, because Daredevil is in it, I think, and so is Willem Dafoe. Not Willem Dafoe. Vincent D'Onofrio.
I was like, you just watch Full Metal Jacket.
Willem Dafoe's not in that.
But Vincent D'Onofrio is.
Vincent D'Onofrio is in Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, just with his teeth.
Willem Dafoe should be in more things.
Yeah.
But yes. Moving on.
Nope.
Okay.
Good.
So the plot. Okay. Right. Essentially, it's a full circle. Right? You don't remember it?
Do we care? What do we already say? If we like the characters, the rest of the movie can
right.
Be
But my issue, right, is so Captain Marvel screws up the way the Kree live. Right? She ruins their planet.
Yeah, I guess after the first movie, she goes back and.
Okay. You're speaking less. Remember? So she ruins the Kree planet, and essentially their sun is dying. They don't have clean air. They don't have water, right? So now the leader is going around stealing other planets' resources. And they're all planets that Captain Marvel cares about. My thing is, so the first one they go and they steal air. The second one they steal water. And then the third, which I understand had to happen this way, was the sun. If your plan doesn't work, you got to steal the sun first. You got to steal the sun first.
Well, I don't think that, they want to go to Earth. Well, no, it wasn't just that she was going to try to steal these resources. She was on purpose going to planets that Captain Marvel was associated with because she hated Captain Marvel specifically.
I already said that.
I know, but like that's part of why she did stuff in stupid orders.
Go to Earth first.
But that's like that's the main course. She's from Earth.
But listen to my scientific reasoning.
I know.
Why? Why am I saying get the sun first?
Because you need it.
You need it first.
But she's not thinking logically. First of all, wait. I will give you $100 if you can say the main villain's name.
No. No. There's an N in there, right?
I don't know. I don't know the name villain's name.
Ninu.
She's so boring. She has what's his face's hammer for no reason.
No, she has her own. No, it's a thing.
No, that's Ronan the Accuser's hammer from Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, I'm gonna find it first.
Okay, good luck.
Marvel. The Marvels.
Dar-Ben.
Darn it. I knew there was an N in there.
Dar-Ben.
And you know, they say it a lot, too. They say her name a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's definitely flaws in this movie.
Wait, do you want to know what I wish the villain was? I actually wish the villain was a man. So they could have had, like, banter, like, women can't stop me. And then they would have been like,
we're women.
We're women, and we're going to show you how it's done.
Don't hire her, Disney. Don't hire her.
That's such a good writer.
I don't know. I wish the villain was like this is a villain on the same level as like Thor: The Dark World.
Where was Ether?
No, the villain was freaking the Ninth Doctor, but he's so boring.
Michael Eccleston?
Yes, Christopher Eccleston.
Right.
Exactly.
Jim Eccleston.
Tom Eccleston. Like it was that kind of villain, like so boring and dumb.
I don't even remember him. Oh, he was an alien.
He had like weird elf ears.
He was an alien. The Ice Queen.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Thor: The Dark World, you don't even know who the villain is.
No, and then Gino said you don't even have to watch it, and then it turns out it was a big.
It was really important. It was the worst MCU movie, and they're like, we're gonna make it.
Screw you guys. Go watch it.
Yeah.
So those were tough things to wrap my head around. As a science.
Yeah, it's just like,
person.
well, if you do it that way, then like the movie's over. They attack Earth directly. She blows them up.
Then I get it, but like logic states that if your plan doesn't work to get the sun, the air is not going to get clean. The water's not going to. You know
also,
what I mean?
What I want to know is how did her blowing up their computer? I can see why, because like the Kree had some sort of crazy super intelligence that controlled everything. So when she blew it up, their whole planet got screwed up. I get that part, but how did it make the sun not?
Because it just like hit the sun.
No.
Yeah, the things traveled far enough.
Also, if the sun was just going to happen to turn into a red giant at that point, then just like go, like you're a spacefaring alien. So go somewhere else.
You can't just go somewhere else. As we've learned from the
rules of sci-fi in the Marvel universe are like, okay.
The Skrull can't just go somewhere else.
Find another planet.
They can't just find other people live there.
Whatever. Go live on Earth. We'll take you. We're so good with aliens here.
That's what invasion was. We definitely have aliens, you guys.
Oh, that's what I was trying.
Oh, Gino, I meant real ones.
No politics. No politics.
I believe in real aliens and ghosts.
Okay.
So yeah. That's what they should have done. So of the themes in the movie, so like I don't know, you
don't meet your heroes.
What?
Don't meet your heroes.
Don't meet your heroes, right?
Except for do sometimes.
Which hero goes well?
Eventually Captain Marvel's nice to Miss Marvel.
Kamala, right? But like at first she was like, "You're just gonna let all these people die on this planet," which was very sad.
Yeah, they see them as they. Oh, by the way, that scene was like really great for surround sound. By the way, the scene where like everything's falling everywhere.
Yeah, I totally appreciated it.
Shut up, Toby. That I was like, oh, surround sound, very nice.
Yeah, so like, then she was like, we're just gonna leave these people, and she's like, you gotta save who you can. Ooh. Or like, you can't do it alone. Like everybody was saying like, oh, Captain Marvel will help Captain Marvel. Meanwhile, she like destroyed this other planet. So she needed help. However, when she did get her help, people still lost.
Oh, or how about like Captain Marvel didn't restart? Okay, sorry.
She did.
Captain Marvel didn't restart the sun because she just like didn't think to do that. And like Monica Rambeau had to be like, just go fly into the sun.
Right.
And restart it.
Sometimes you need Gino, sometimes other people
I just didn't think of that.
Right. Sometimes it's just
and then
not
she does it in like a second, like with no issue. Like at least make her like struggle. Usually when they have Superman flying in the sun, he like makes a struggle-y face. She just flew in there and was like, all right, beep. Restarts the sun.
Listen, sometimes people just have good ideas. And you don't think of them.
Come on. This is what I'm talking about. Like use what you got.
I actually thought the movie was going to be over at that point when they like come up with that plan and Darben Noonan was Neener was like
Derpity,
fine with
derpity,
it. What?
Derpity burp.
Darben was fine with it. And then Darben was like, no, I'm not. I'm going to kill Kamala.
Yeah, well, because the bad guy's got to be a bad guy.
But like, it was a good solution. The end.
Yeah. Just go fly into the sun.
And then like, oh, but you know what? They needed Monica to close the thing.
Yes, and then show up in the spoiler alert.
Not yet.
Why
are we here? You know what? Let's just do it. So there were 2 end credit scenes.
Yes.
Wait, because I just remembered what the first one was. That took me a while. We're gonna have Kamala recruiting.
Oh, the Young Avengers.
Yeah, them.
She becomes like the Nick Fury of the Young Avengers.
What a great Nick Fury.
She goes and gets Kate Bush.
No.
What's her name? What's her name?
Which other Kate's? Blanchett?
Yep. Is Kate Bush the Bush
Kate
daughter?
Hudson?
No, but what's her name? Kate?
She's dating a football player.
I don't care about the actress's name. What's the character's name?
Oh, I know even less. Kate, who uses arrows.
Okay. Kate Bishop.
Kate
I knew it was a Kate.
Bishop. What's her
So
real
she
name?
goes to
Haley
recruits
Steinfeld.
Baby Arrow Hawk lady, Kate Bishop,
Yeah.
in her weird apartment that's like a...
With the dog, which was like the first thing you saw. So you were like, wah!
And somehow Miss Marvel, word for word, says the exact lines that Nick Fury did in the first Iron Man
so
movie.
funny with that transparent computer.
Yes.
That was a good line.
Oh, and they're like, I can see through the bag.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're definitely going to do Young Avengers. But if you do Young Avengers and Spider-Man's not in it, I know that like
What
no
if
one
they do
knows.
Miles Morales?
I don't care who you do, but like you can't do Young Avengers without. So Spider-Man, I don't think is in the Young Avengers, but for the MCU, there's not that many teenagers. Who do we have? We've got Kate Bishop, Miss Marvel.
What's her face isn't a teen, but she's with the cats, Thundercats.
Who?
One that fights. What's her Scarlett Johansson's sister?
Yep. Okay. Scarlett Johansson's
But she's
sister.
in Thundercats.
Thunderbolts.
Bolts.
Thundercats. I think that's it.
Nah, there's got to be more kids.
That Spider-Man.
Anyone have
The
children?
Eternals are like 1,000
Don't
years
count them.
old. Yeah, they
No,
suck.
they've already
never coming back.
They're exiled.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's just them?
I think that's it. Am I forgetting anybody?
I don't know. What kids could they bring?
Kid Loki. Find some Kid Loki.
Okay, but all right. So what kids would they bring in that are not introduced yet?
Okay, here. We got to do Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl's the Young Avengers. Eventually, they're going to do Squirrel Girl.
Does she live in Central Park?
She's like a babysitter. They all live in New York.
They all live in New York.
The Young Avengers are the name of 2 superhero teams. Blah 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 blah.
So who's on it?
Members: America Chavez. She's a teenager. She's from Captain America. Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness. She punches.
Oh yeah.
America Chavez, Hawkeye, Iron Lad. Oh, they can do Ironheart. She's a teenager.
Oh, she's coming out too, right? She's kind of.
Yeah, so
we saw her.
She could be in it.
Okay.
Hulkling, the Hulk.
Oh, Baby Hulk.
Baby Hulk.
Yeah.
Oh
my God! Talk about something that was
Kid
planted.
Loki is on the list. So Kid
you
Loki.
just made that up. You don't know.
I'm looking at
I
from the
believe
comics.
you, but when you said it, it was a joke.
Oh.
You didn't know it was real.
I was saying, what kids do they have in the MCU? Kid Loki's one of them.
Who's Kid Loki?
He was in the first season of Loki. He's like a kid dressed up as Loki. I don't know.
Okay.
That's all I recognize.
Okay. So honestly,
WandaVision's kids, when they have powers,
they're
right?
still alive? They're still real?
In like another universe. Remember she like goes crazy trying to find them?
Oh, yeah.
So you can have them come back. They could do it. They could do.
Well, I mean, they've already started. And honestly, for this, you have to go through with it because I want to see Kate Bishop and Kamala Khan interact with each other.
I guess Squirrel Girl is not in the Young Avengers, so I will take that back. But just do Squirrel Girl and bring her back. Bring her in. Would you watch Squirrel Girl?
As a show?
Yeah.
No.
She's a babysitter who has the power of squirrels, and she can control squirrels. And the joke is that she beats everybody. She never loses.
It sounds weird.
But it always happens off screen.
Wasn't she in Suicide Squad?
Squirrel Girl?
No.
That's Rat King. Rat Trap 2 or something like that, right? Because her dad is Rat Trap 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so she's like that, but with squirrels.
It sounds dumb.
And she has a big bushy squirrel tail and like buck teeth.
That's funny, I guess.
I've talked about Squirrel Girl before.
You have. And I'm not going to find the episode, you guys, because I'm not.
I think she's a mutant. She looks like a squirrel.
Okay,
she's a girl.
Speaking of mutants, that was the second.
What
What are they called?
This is the mid-credit scene, end credit scene. So freaking Frasier shows up.
So wait.
Kelsey Grammer.
So like Monica Rambeau, somebody saves her, right?
So Monica Rambeau, she like absorbs the powers of Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel. To,
right.
Like,
She ends up in a parallel universe.
Yeah, she goes to like close a rip in space-time, and she ends up in another universe where she's in a hospital bed, and she wakes up next to her mom. Her mom doesn't recognize her. But her mom is dressed up as like a different version of Captain Marvel called something, Sparkler, whatever.
We're not going to look it up.
So a different version of Captain Marvel. There's like a million different names that Carol Danvers has had over the years. So a different version of that. But it's Monica Rambeau's mom. And then the Doctor walks in, and it's the Beast. But it's the Beast played by Kelsey Grammer, like from the old X-Men movies. And they like zoom out, and you see like the little X door.
Yeah, well, and then he says Charles would like an update.
So there's already been like, we know there's the main X-Men movies. Then we know that like the Multiverse of Madness had like a different universe where like Charles Xavier existed in that.
Right. And then
so this might be another X-Men universe.
And we're getting Wolverine coming in. We know Kamala is a mutant.
She's a mutant. So like I guess they're gonna do like some mutants are from the real MCU, and then they're gonna do like the Fox mutants are from like other universes. But just so that everyone's clear, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, has like a very like long history with the X-Men because Rogue with the hair.
Oh yeah,
and she steals people's powers. So like historically, Rogue always has like the super strength in flight because she stole those powers from Carol Danvers. So at some point in the Marvel X-Men universe, Rogue and Carol Danvers like got together, and she like touched Carol Danvers for so long that it became permanent. So she permanently has Captain Marvel's powers. So if they ever do Rogue again, they're going to have her come into contact with some version of Carol Danvers or Miss Marvel or whatever.
Can you guys cast me as
just
Rogue?
Just to steal, right?
Wait, can I be Rogue?
Are they going to bring back what's-her-face from True Blood?
Suki?
Yeah, what's the character?
I don't know what her real name is.
Because I think she's from Louisiana in the comics.
I can also be from Louisiana.
Go ahead. Maybe I'm confusing her with Gambit.
Howdy.
You know who Gambit is?
No.
He's an X-Man. You don't know any X-Men. It's so weird. Like
I know Storm.
Yep.
I know Cyclops.
What? Okay.
I know
Wolverine. What are
Cyclops'
powers?
He's got one eye, and he does lasers.
He has two eyes, but he does, yes.
Lasers, and it's my boyfriend.
He's the leader, too.
My boyfriend's name is...
James Marsden.
James Marsden is my boyfriend. He could be on my list.
He's super boring in the X-Men movies. He's apparently not boring in...
Doesn't matter.
Okay, that's a bad
James
choice.
Marsden.
That's a stupid choice, but fine. Whatever.
James Marsden is on my is one of my 5. I don't think I only have 3. My list is very short still. I know Beast.
Yep.
I know the one that like poofs. Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler, yep.
Yeah, played by Alan Cummings, I believe.
Yep, Quicksilver.
Why are you naming them? It's my turn.
Okay, sorry.
Quicksilver.
Yep.
I know Charles Xavier.
Yep.
Professor X, Magneto.
Yep. Juggernaut, technically not a mutant, but he's a part of the X-Men. It's just so weird that like so many people are huge fans of Marvel. And obviously the X-Men are like one of the biggest parts of Marvel Comics.
Why didn't I know
and
about
they're
this?
just not
They haven't like figured out how to. I'm like very curious. Kevin Feige, I feel like, sorry to say, may have lost his touch. I hope it like comes back for this.
I think eventually, maybe if it's 10, 20 years in the future, they're going to reboot the MCU and just start fresh with, like, the mutants existed this whole time.
Yeah.
Problem is that like a huge part of Magneto's character is that he was in the Holocaust.
Yeah.
How do you do Magneto without that? Like, how do you get that kind of like that anger with the world that Magneto
right, like
has?
he's a good villain.
Like he was persecuted for being Jewish, and he was persecuted. Persecuted is the right word?
Persecuted.
Persecuted for being Jewish and persecuted for being a mutant, and that's why he hates humans.
Mm.
How do you get that without the Holocaust? You do from now on. You have to do time travel, where he was always in the Holocaust and he travels to the future.
What if it's a big? I mean, like Captain America, it happened.
I guess
You could do
Captain
it.
America is really strong with World War II. I guess.
You got to do it. You got to do it. And
It's funny, they like always had Captain America time travel from or freeze from World War II into the future, but Magneto's always just alive. He just like is alive.
I know, and now it's getting farther and farther. I guess to see
Should
what
we
you're
watch
saying.
the new X-Men season of the old TV show? I gotta rewatch the old TV show.
No.
Oh, there's another one with the firework powers. Jubilee. She has firework powers.
I think you had me watch the animated show
episode?
with her one.
Yes.
Yeah, with it. No, I don't want to.
And in the MCU, Kamala Khan is a mutant, but not in the comics. She's not a mutant.
Right. Okay. Well, now she is.
Okay.
So Gino, to sum up, do you think this movie was for better or for worse?
I was very surprised with how much I liked it. So for better.
Yeah, I would also say for better. I would watch it again, and there are quite a few Marvel movies which I wouldn't. So I was a fan. Well, thanks for joining us on the cinematic adventure of For Better or Worse. We hope you enjoyed our lively discussions and unique perspectives on the world of movies and TV. If you like what you heard, don't forget to subscribe, rate, leave a review. Feel free to connect with us on social media, aka me. We'd love to hear your thoughts and recommendations for future episodes. Until next time, whether it's for better or worse, happy watching. Bye.
Bye.